What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to Funnelheads. Today we have a very exciting video, and that is ranking the Carnival Cruise Line ships, and we are going to rank them by the class that they're in. A few things to note before we get into this ranking is that I put every ship that we have been on in the description box if you want to take a look at that. But more importantly, me and my wife Michelle, we have been on every class ship that Carnival has to offer, except for the Carnival Splendor, which is kind of a unique ship. So we did exclude the Splendor from this list. We just haven't been able to get on it. It's been in Australia for a long time, and it looks like it's going to continue its itineraries in Australia. Hopefully we can get over there one day to visit Australia or that ship or both. But that one will not be on this list. Now, there was also one rule that we wanted to follow when we were ranking these classes, and that is we had to take the emotion out of the decisions, because a lot of the ships, for me and my wife specifically, have a lot of emotions and nostalgia attached to them. For instance, the Carnival Miracle is where we met for the first time. The Carnival Dream is where we got engaged. The Carnival Legend is where we were married. And then we did our gender reveal for our son on the Carnival Ecstasy. So a lot of these ships hold special places in our hearts, but we had to, even though it was very hard, remove those emotions. Otherwise, obviously, those would be the top four. Now, we're going to rank them starting with the C and up to S, so it'll be C, B, A, S. Obviously, S will be the best classes in our opinion, and that is exactly what this video is. It's just our opinion, so please don't get mad. Each class ship is going to have a brief description, positives, negatives. Of course, we're going to always end on the positive note. But another thing to consider is we would gladly go on any of these ships, any of these classes, any day of the week. They are all still amazing ships, clean, crew is friendly, and they go to some of the most popular destinations in the world. So this is just an educational video, but what I would love for everyone to do is that if you don't agree with the list, put your list down in the comment section below. I would love to read your rankings, your opinions on the different ships. I would have a great evening just reading all the comments. So definitely make sure you do that. Let me know if you like this video by commenting, subscribing, sharing the video. It really does help out the channel, and we really do appreciate it. But let's get right into today's video. Starting off with the lowest rank, rank C, we have the Fantasy class. Now, they have 3 remaining ships in this class, but the Carnival Ecstasy is the next ship up to be scrapped in October of this year, 2022. These class ships are all nearly 30 years old, and they are also the smallest size ships in the fleet. They are approximately 70,000 gross tons and 855 feet in length, with a max capacity of around 2,100 guests. Now for the negatives. Since these ships are small in comparison to others in the fleet, you do miss out on a ton of activities as well as amenities that the larger ships have. Like, for example, ropes course, sky ride, bolt, specialty dining, various free eats, just to name a few. Another negative for this class is the ships feel outdated with its decor, making it very dark and feel even smaller than it actually is. Lastly, not having an aft pool in Serenity, in my opinion, makes this area not really reach its full potential. Now for the positives. They feel and are classic Carnival ship layouts and designs. A negative that is also a positive is because they are small ships, they don't feel overcrowded, and you get, in my opinion, a more personable experience with the crew. Lastly, I love the glass atrium that lets sunlight and moonlight sometimes pour into the ship's main hub or the heartbeat of the ship. Now let's move up to the B ranking, where we actually have 2 Carnival ship classes in the same ranking, but we're going to start with the Carnival Spirit class first. Now there's 4 ships in its class, and they're all around 20 years of age. The gross tons on these ships are around 89,000 gross tons, and the length is around 963 feet. The guest capacity at maximum capacity is around 2,100 guests. Now, for the negatives, the layout of these ships are very strange, where theaters are on deck one as well as dance clubs, and they're hard to find. For us, it seems to be very cut up and narrow in certain spots. Also, just like with the fantasy class ships, these are old and outdated decor, making it dark in certain areas. They're also, just like the fantasy class, are missing many newer amenities, specialty dining, as well as a lot of the free eats that you get on some of the newer ships. Now for the positives, we absolutely love the glass funnels with the translucent glass dome ceilings, and also the fact that this class of ships is made for all-weather travel is amazing. Having a weatherproof main pool area with a retractable dome is a game changer. They are also built lower and sleeker to fit under bridges and through Panama locks, as well as many other places. They also do not feel overcrowded due to its size and capacity. Now, sticking with the B class, and this may be a hot take because I know a lot of people really love this class, but for us it is the Sunshine class, which of course used to be the Destiny, Triumph, and Victory, and they're between 20 and 25 years old at this point, and of course they went through major renovations and add-ons to become the Radiance, Sunshine, and Sunrise. Now, the Sunshine class ships are approximately 103,000 gross tons with a length of 893 feet. They also carry a max capacity of 3,002 passengers on board. Now onto the negatives. When these ships were renovated, they added cabins to increase guest capacity. So at full occupancy, this class can feel very overcrowded. Now, to speak on the individual ships just a little bit, because each ship is so unique from one another. On the Carnival Sunshine specifically, there are only 2 pools on the entire ship, and one of them is in the adults only area, which of course is Serenity. So if you have kids or just want to use the main pool, it's going to feel swamped, especially on sea days. The ship also feels very cut up and tight in certain areas to make room for the additional amenities and dining options that they included once it was refit. Now, moving on to the positives, in our opinion, the Sunshine class ships have some of the prettiest atriums in the entire fleet. Every time we go on one of these ships, we are just wowed by how beautiful it is. I still get goosebumps going on those ships. Another positive is there are so many amenities and dining for now a smaller size ship since the refit. Now finally, let's talk about in specific the Carnival Sunshine once again. The Sunshine has probably the nicest Serenity area, which again is that adult only area in the entire fleet, and that includes, going against the Carnival Mardi Gras. You have hot tubs, your own bar, your own pool with an amazing waterfall to add to the aesthetics, as well as tons of space for chairs and loungers. You'll always find a chair up on the Carnival Sunshine Serenity. Alright, so now let's move on up to the A rank, where there is 2 class ships in the same rank, but there is a pretty large gap in between the two. We're going to start off with the Conquest class. Now there are 5 total ships in the Conquest class, and they range from 15 to about 20 years old. The gross tonnage of the Conquest class ships are about 110,000 gross tons, and the lengths of these ships are about 950 feet. Total guest capacity is right around 3,000. Now on to the negatives for the Conquest class, and this is going to sound the same as some of the previous classes, and that is that the Conquest class does not have all the amenities that some of the newer, bigger class ships currently have, whether it be the Dream, the Vista, or the XL class. Also, some of the decor is definitely dated at this point. And finally, the wear and tear on this ship is starting to show, but I do believe that Carnival is going to dry dock these ships in the near future. Now for the positives. This class, the Conquest, really feels like a classic Carnival layout and design. If you've ever been on a Carnival ship, even once, unless it was the Mardi Gras, you'll know your way around immediately, and it will feel like your second home. Now the larger ship with less guests is really felt on this class, especially because they have wide open layouts. Now let's discuss the last A-rank class ship before we get to the S class, and that is the XL class, or the Mardi Gras. Now I say just the Mardi Gras because right now it's the only ship in the XL class with Celebration and Jubilee on its way. Now we really wanted to put this class in the S, but after some deep thought, research, and just time spent on the ship, we had to put it in the A column. Now we did spend 3 7-day cruises on this ship within the last 6 or 7 months, so we do know this ship in specific pretty well. Now let's discuss some of the negatives. At full capacity, this ship definitely feels overcrowded. In order to see shows, live entertainment like the piano bar, comedians, main theater shows like the Family Feud, you must arrive at least 30 minutes beforehand, otherwise it will be full and you won't be able to get in. You won't even be able to stand in the back. They physically shut the door once the rooms are full. There's also not enough crew for the amount of guests, but this may be a COVID or work visa situation and hopefully will be rectified in the near future. Also, the Lido deck is in desperate need for another bar, or double-decker bar in my opinion. They need to bring back the Blue Iguana Cantina in order to get drinks out quicker, as well as many more bar runners. Now, Serenity is amazing, but it is almost unusable, especially when you're at sea or on a windy day. Now let's go over the positives. This class ship has absolutely some of the most beautiful decorations and designs, particularly in the Grand Central, French Quarter, and Summer Landing areas. We also loved being able to get lost again for the first time in a long time, since it's so unique compared to other Carnival cruise ships. Another area on this ship that we really enjoyed was Sports Square, bringing back, of course, the ropes course, water slides, and so much more, but the addition of Bolt, the first roller coaster at sea, was a game changer. You could literally spend an entire day in Sports Square alone and have the time of your life, which we did multiple days. Now, you also have some of the best entertainment at sea, whether it's your terrific cruise directors, live musicians, Family Feud, playlist productions, comedians, and so much more. Specialty restaurants are a terrific addition on this ship, and they are currently free. Well, Chibang, Cucina del Capitano, the Pig and Anchor, Smokehouse, and Brewhouse, just to name a few. And lastly, one thing we cannot praise enough is Big Chicken. They have some of the best chicken sandwiches we've ever had, and their fries are pretty amazing as well. Oh, and by the way, it is absolutely free. All right, moving on up to the S rank, which is the best of the best, and there are 2 class ships in this rank, but we'll start off with the first one, which is the Vista class. Now, the Vista class is the second largest Carnival class ship, with ships' ages ranging from 3 to 6 years old. Their length comes in at approximately 1,060 feet and 134,000 gross tons. Now let's discuss some of the negatives for the Vista class ships, and this first one might be a little bit of a hot take, but for us, we actually don't really care for the lobbies or the main atrium of the Vista class ships. It has a very small atrium, and the LED main column, even though it's cool and brightens the room, it doesn't really do the same for us like the other ships do, with the very large atrium with the elevators spanning the bottom deck to the top deck. The ship can also feel very overcrowded during peak seasons, and the ship really needs a third public pool to limit the overcrowding. Now for the positives of this class. Being the second newest class just behind the XL class, the Mardi Gras, you have a ton of amenities, food options, and activities. It might not have everything that the Mardi Gras has, but it has nearly everything. You will also typically have some of the best cruise directors on these ships, as well as great live entertainment. Vista class, in our opinion, also has the best Havana cabins in the fleet. They have their own pool, hot tubs, and bar located on the aft of the ship. Alright, so we made it to the top of the ranking, and if you've been following along since the beginning of the video, you probably guessed which rank is coming up next, and that is the Dream class, which is approximately 10 to 12 years old at 128,000 gross tons and approximately at 1,004 feet in length. The max occupancy for this class is 3,650 guests. Now for the negatives of the Dream class, and really there's only one that I can think of, and this is only in a few spots on the ship, but the decor in certain areas are a bit outdated and can make certain areas of the ship feel dark. Now on to the positives for the Dream class. This is a large ship class with not as many guests at full capacity, which really makes you have some space and relaxation for your vacation. It offers great amenities, may not be as many as the Vista or XL class, but still so much to choose from and so much fun to be had. My absolute favorite area of this class is the promenade, which wraps around the entire ship. The promenade area also offers hot tubs that hang off the side of the ship and is so unique. The promenade area is also great for walking and great spot to take some pictures, especially during sunrises and sunset. This class ship also has a terrific classic Carnival layout. So there you have it, the rankings for all the different class ships for Carnival Cruise Lines. Again, let me know in the comment section below, do you agree with my list? What would your list be? I want to read all about it, depending on, how this video does with likes, shares, comments, all that good stuff. I do plan on doing a individual ship ranking in the future, which will take a ton of time, but I absolutely love talking about cruising in general, so I have no problem doing it. Definitely hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Hopefully I'll see you right back here in the next video or on a cruise ship one day. Catch you later.